Hello everybody, there's a train going north. I'm at the Grand Union Canal, but perhaps more interestingly is this viaduct. This viaduct supports the M25 across the valley. Perhaps it's the Colne Valley, not sure what this valley is called, but there's only one real dip in the M25 northwest of London, and that's here. Now, the interesting thing from my point of view is I last visited here in about 2018, 2019, and the whole area had scaffolding all over the place, and they were strengthening the would you call it the roof or the track, the road bed underneath the M25. I imagine they were doing that. This is Grand Union Canal bridge number 160. This is a serious bridge, perhaps the most serious of all the bridges along the Grand Union Canal. The motorway here curves. I'm heading north, so it's curving slightly down towards the sort of southeast from east, and it was really amazing how much scaffolding there was. Now, I didn't attempt to count the number of poles, but you're talking a massive sea jungle of poles. They did a sort of 100 yards at a time, went up there and strengthened it. And as you can see on the roof, underneath the motorway, there are more metal bits now, cross supports, making it stronger. And this went on for 2 or 3 years. I did get in touch with the engineer, and he was very friendly, but there wasn't really an opportunity to go and visit, so I didn't. Now, it's a little known fact that motorways, especially big ones like this, are really two motorways. Certainly crossing a bridge, there is a gap, as you can see up there between, you see daylight between only 2 or 3 inches. I'm not quite sure why that is. Perhaps for oh, there goes a train. So you see how close we are. We're near King's Langley. So, I mean, you could probably find us on the map, find me on the map. I'm on my own today, but it's sort of beautiful, and it's quite high up. I would say, about 40-45 foot above the ambient land level. Now that's interesting to me, because HS2 viaduct, which of course won't be anywhere near as grand as this, in fact it won't be as grand as just one half of this motorway, is being built across the Colne Valley, and their idea is to stay 30 foot above the ambient ground level or water level, where it crosses the Colne Valley and the Grand Union Canal. So this is quite a lot higher. You can't really hear any traffic underneath it. You can hear the railway, which is a good 300-400 yards away. And I've noticed that all the way walking up here, you can't really hear the traffic, but you can hear the trains. Now, I've been led to believe that in order to lessen the noise impact of HS2, they'll be putting in, I think they're called baffles, sound baffles, to deflect the sound or absorb the sound. I'm not sure about the details about that, but there goes another train. HS2 have been very keen on minimising the impact on the local environment, so they might well be doing something like that. Now, when the M25 was built, I think it was in the 80s, that seemed to be less of a factor, but this is a fairly deserted part of the world. The Grand Union Canal is very wide here. I don't know why that is, but it just is. It is flowing very, very slowly. But I imagine that all bridge builders, all viaduct builders, learn from previous constructions. So let's hope that what was state of the art in 1980s and yet wasn't good enough to last more than 30 odd years before they had to go in for 2 years and stick 10,000 scaffolding poles up there. Let's hope that HS2 have learnt a lesson from that, if there is a lesson to be learnt. I don't know about the construction projects or the rack, but I suppose, you know, if we're going to talk about these things, if you give a contract to the cheapest supplier, you might well end up with the worst construction. I don't know. I could be completely wrong, and I don't know anything about who constructed it or anything else, so please don't sue me. But it is remarkable that it only lasted 35 years before a two or 3 year strengthening exercise was put into place. You can imagine the engineers coming along, scratching their chins, looking up, thinking, oh, you've got a big job there, mate. That'll be 15 million quid or whatever, I don't know. But it's good to know that the M25 is safe. I don't think there are any warnings. I mean, why would there be any warnings on it while the strengthening went on? Please drive carefully, motorway liable to collapse. That doesn't inspire confidence, does it? Anyway, so oh, there's a nice little windmill over there, which is even just about turning. So the environment is giving back. There we are, some thoughts on viaducts, the Granny Canal, the M25, and how it's constructed and how they are maintained. Peter the Rock. It's Sunday the 25th of February. Thanks a lot for watching. Like and subscribe. Cheers.